Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you all just a quick follow-up to my previous video. Um, so, there's something I kind of skipped over. I just wanted you all to know that, you know, I know that if you're making this move to go to France and look for work and everything, that it's risky and it's scary. You're putting yourself out there. So you're definitely a brave person to seek this out. Leaving your job or leaving your friends and family and going out there and trying to do it. Um, but I want you to know that I believe that it's definitely going to be possible. And again, it's best to save. But the benefits that you get in France are very much worth it as far as quality of life. It's unfortunate what's going on with the terrorism that happened there recently. But these kind of things can happen anywhere, and you can't let that kind of stuff deter you from following your dreams and doing what you want to do. Um, so there are a couple things I just wanted to cover. That if you start talking to your friends and family and coworkers about moving to France, at first they might think you're a little crazy, but these are some practical things that you should know that will make sense. And one thing is that um, I think it is possible to learn French for free once you're in France. It may not seem that way when you search online at different universities and stuff, but I've just found out recently that there are job centers, and I assume that they would be located in different in various cities in France. There are job centers that will help you find work, random jobs, freelance jobs. I don't know, working at the mall or just you definitely want to be humble about what opportunities you're open to taking for work. And at these job centers, not only will they help you find different random jobs you can just, small freelance jobs you can do to make money, they will offer um, language courses too for people that are internationals and don't speak French. Free language courses, which is great because even though education is free at the university level in France, for Americans studying in France, if you don't already have a visa, this is usually something that can be pretty expensive. So the fact that you can go to a job center and they will help you learn French so that you can start working, this is such a great thing that you definitely want to look into. Unfortunately, I don't have exact links and names of companies that I can give you right now. I will be in France in about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm told that I'll have to contact the job center, that they will be able to speak English, and that I'll set an appointment with them. Once I have the appointment, it may be several weeks or so. But once I have that appointment, they'll obviously know that I don't speak French, and so I'll start taking courses. So that makes sense. This is something you could tell your family and friends. I'm going to France. I don't speak French, but um, there are job centers that will help me look for jobs, and they will teach me French, which is amazing. So yeah, there's that. And I also just wanted to go over quickly. I kind of brushed over the whole visa process. Um, it is definitely not nowhere near as difficult as it is for immigrants coming to America. My wife, for example, got her green card here, and it was a very expensive process. Cost like a couple $1,000s, and we had to do several interviews, and they like interrogated you. Oh, are you really married? And it's not the same at all. What you have to do, and once again, all of the information is online at Council France yourstate.org, and you'll want to look at that. I mean, if you're not in New York or DC or Florida or California, it may be a little bit more difficult for you to apply to a French consulate because I don't believe French consulates are in every state in America. So you'll have to, if you're in different states, reach out to me and let me know how it works for you because unfortunately I'm in New York and I was able to just apply within my city. But definitely you want to get your Livert de Famille, uh, uh, which is a document. It looks like this. This is the Livert de Famille. And not really necessary for me to open it up, but I don't know if you can see. But inside there will be just a couple pages that will list your family. And these would be your parents if you have any kids, your spouse's parents. So it'll have that kind of information, and it'll get mailed to you after you register your marriage at the French consulate in DC. So even though you're going to apply for your visa at the consulate in your state, you can only receive, I believe, the Livre de Famille from the French consulate in Washington, D.C. And what you have to do to get this is all the information is on their website, but the website might have it in French, so you might have to use Google Translate for everything. But because they use professional language, it translates pretty easily. So you're just gonna have to use Google Translate for that. But pretty much you're just gonna have to like visit or contact the place where you got married at City Hall or where you got registered in the U.S. And they're gonna send you to a couple other buildings or a couple other places that are just going to give you stamps and processing fees that you're going to have to pay. Not very expensive. I think in total you have to get a long form wedding certificate, which for me was about $35. And then you have to spend like $10 to get some kind of processing stamp at a different place. And then maybe like another $5 to get some final services to like make it official. And then you're gonna have to buy an express envelope, flat rate envelope. I'll show you what that looks like because I was curious about which one it was. Hold on just a second. Where did I put that? Let's see. Sorry guys. Place is a mess. I think I have it over here actually. Okay, so yeah, one of these priority express envelopes, you're going to put that inside of another envelope when you mail everything. And it's so that once the consulate in DC receives all your wedding certification information, they'll mail this back to you express. So it doesn't take very long. You're going to put your address and everything on here so that, you know, after they're done processing you, they'll just send this back to you. And it'll be really quick. I think the whole process for getting my Livre de Famille, it probably just took maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most. I could have done it a lot faster, but it was because I would go to the different government buildings and wait in long lines and stuff like that. And I would do that on my lunch breaks. So, you know, I would go to one place on Monday, go to another place on Tuesday, go to another place on Wednesday. If you can do all three places in one day, you can definitely just do it in one day and get it done with and have it mailed out. And so it wouldn't take you long, maybe like a week or two. So yeah, that's what, make sure you follow all those steps to get your Livre de Famille. And this is what's going to make your marriage certified in France, because I guess currently France doesn't even know that your marriage exists. So and then also setting up your visa. Before you do that, you want to make an appointment at your French consulate to get your visa, because what I saw is that it's not like you can just set an appointment for next week. They're really booked up for like the month, so it might be a month away before you could even visit the French consulate. So it's really important that you want to have all the documents and make sure you double check and have everything you need for your appointment. Because if you don't have everything when you go there, they'll say, "Oh, you don't have this," and you won't be able to make another appointment for like another month. So that will suck. And you want to make sure all your documents are up to date. I think you want to get an updated. You're gonna have to get an updated wedding certificate. Unless you were married within like 2 or 3 months of when you were applying. It's going to be the long form version that includes your parents' names. I think the one that's on your original marriage license, it just has, you and your spouse's name and stuff like that. And there is well, I can't seem to find it right now. Let me see. Okay, sorry, I just want to find some stuff to help you guys out. So to get the Livert de Famille, you're going to have to fill out an application like this that you can get from the website. And this is going to be included. But once again, you'll visit their website and, and use Google Translate on, and this is what you're going to be looking for. The demande transcription d'acte de marriage. This is the form you're going to want to send to the French consulate. And on that page, once you go into that, it'll have everything in French, the documents you'll need to get that. And yeah, once again, Google Translate will work. Yeah, and then once you get your Livert de Famille, you'll get a document that looks like this. Very simple, and it has a stamp on the bottom from the Consulate General of France in Washington. And it pretty much just says that my marriage has been certified in France and it's on record now. And this comes with your Livert de Famille. This document is important because it's one of the documents you're going to need to get your visa. They're going to ask for this. And if you have this, it's like you're a VIP. You give them, you'll have to have like your passport and other, I think you need passport photos, 2 passport photos. And all the stuff is on their website too that you'll need. It's pretty simple. But, I came prepared to give them proof of our marriage. I was ready to show them financial information, traveling documents, letters, pictures. I was ready to give all this because I didn't think that they would believe we were married or something, because that's how they are sometimes in the U.S. But if you have all the required documents that are on the website and you have this, when they see this, it's like, oh, great. They're happy that you have this. And this makes it a lot. The woman actually told me, she was like, well, she told me after talking to her for 5 or 10 minutes, she was like, so you're proof for your visa? I was like, that's it? You don't need any other information? She was like, you're married to a French woman. So, how could you not get accepted for the visa? So, they're not going to question your marriage at all. So that's great. So yeah, just wanted you guys to know that. And then, so yeah, I guess the whole process, it was about 2 weeks for me to get the Livert de Famille, and then I got all my documents organized, ready to go. And then I had my appointment at the French consulate for my visa. And you have to be there at a certain time. And I was able to be there 2 weeks after I got my Livert de Famille. So definitely, once again, set your appointment before or after, but it's just quicker to set your visa appointment before because it could be further down the line. And just know that your Livert de Famille will probably take about 2 weeks or so to get. And yeah, so once I applied for my visa, this is what my visa looks like. I don't know if you can see it. It's my visa page. So yeah, you're going to leave your passport with the French consulate. So make sure, and it could take a couple weeks before you get it back. So just make sure that when you are planning your appointment that you don't have any like out of the country trips around the same time, because you're not going to have your passport for a couple weeks. And once you leave your passport with them, you or anybody that you designate can go pick up the passport for you. They'll give you a piece of paper after your interview at the French consulate. And I mean, they didn't even ask me if I spoke French. They didn't even care, which is good. I mean, I like studied and I was trying to like get prepared, because I've heard things like if you don't speak French, that you could be forced to take a class, and then it'll take a few months if you're taking a class, or you have to take a French examination, like a written test. So I like studied before I went for my interview, thinking that they were going to ask me general questions in French, and they didn't even ask me anything. And I think the woman actually knew that I probably didn't speak French that good, and she didn't even care. I mean, just make sure you have your, I don't even think they looked at my Livert de Famille. They just really cared about this document that you get once you apply for your marriage, to get your Livert de Famille, and make sure you have your passport photos and all the other things that are required. Yeah, now with this, when you get your visa, when you're applying for it, and once again, that was all on their website, you're going to have to fill out an application, or you can print them out and fill it out online. You're also going to want to fill out this visa de long séjour, just the top part. This one's not filled out, but it's just the top part you're going to be filling out. It's in French, but if you have a French spouse, they'll help you fill it in, and it's pretty basic. They're not trying to trick you. Don't think about it too much. Just make sure you print legibly. Probably just use black ink, and yeah, you can use Google Translate if you need to. And this is going to be your visa application. This is what it looks like. I fill it out in black ink. Once again, don't think about it too much. Just try to make it clear and legible and make it look nice and neat. It's 2 pages. I mean, yeah. This one I actually scratched out a line, an address that I thought I wrote wrong, so I scratched it out. I thought it didn't look nice, so I just did another one. They're free to print out online. And the visa is free. You're married to a French spouse, so they don't charge you at all. Everything is free. $2,000 to, have your spouse live in America and go through the, visa application. And it's free to go to France. So, I mean, things are already starting out well. Yeah. So good luck to you guys. I hope this video helped answer any more questions you might have about the visa process. The next time I post a video, I will be in France. I'm leaving on the 21st of August. And like I said, I'll be reunited with my wife, and then I'll have an appointment at the job center where I'll find out more information about finding work and learning French. So wish me luck. I'm going to get a one-way ticket and get out of here. Good luck, guys.